So calculators does for chi-squared goodness of fit test. So remember, for the goodness of fit, the null hypothesis is that the observed data comes from the same distribution as the expected values. So you're holding a conference and you expect half the people will eat apples, 3/10 will eat oranges, 1/5 will eat bananas. Then you actually hold the conference and you want to see if it is statistically relevant that it actually followed this distribution. So this is what we call the observed frequency, and it's what actually happened when we held the conference and we sat at the table and we counted the people that got each of the fruits, like weirdo math people that we are. But we need to find, as it says here, the expected frequencies. So we know the expected probability, but we need to find the expected frequencies. So what you need to do is you need to total it up. So you need to find the total of 45 plus 33 plus 22. So we have to go 45 plus 22 plus 33 to get 100. All right. In total, there was 100 people at this conference. If our probabilities were correct, then we would have expected 50 people to eat apples, because that's half of the people. So we just go 100 times a half. Then we go 100 times 3/10. So we would expect 30 people to eat this. And then we go 100 times 1/5. And we would say 20 people should eat this. So it looks like we were pretty accurate, but we don't know if it was statistically significant yet. So there's our expected frequencies. And now we need to find the number of degrees of freedom. Remember, degrees of freedom is just your number of categories. So 1, 2, 3 minus 1. So the degrees of freedom of this is 2. With that information, we can put it into our calculator to find the p-value. So in your calculator, you're going to go menu, go into stats. Here's where you're going to put your data. So in list 1, you're going to put your observed data for 45, 33, 22. And in list 2, you're going to put your expected data. What would happen if this was actually true? So we'd have 50, 30, 20. And then we want to perform a test, a chi test, a chi goodness of fit test. So check, yes, my observed data is in list 1. Yes, my expected data is in list 2. My degrees of freedom for this question is in fact 2, so we don't have to change anything there. So we just have to hit enter, and there we go, we got our p-value. And remember, if the p-value is less than your significance level, then you can reject. So obviously in this case, we are not rejecting the null hypothesis.